Hi again. So this morning I did an interview on Fox here in Denver about allowance. Should kids have it? If so, how do you manage it? Should it be conditional, unconditional? We tried to cover a couple of the hot topics within 4 minutes. So I'm going to spend maybe another 4 minutes right now kind of elaborating on my thoughts and giving you all some guidance as to one resource that I use. So one of the things that is really important to me is that kids learn financial literacy. And one of the thoughts is that as soon as kids can start to understand the concept of money, of math, of counting, of volume, those kinds of things, generally by first grade, there should be an installation of we earn money and then we save some of it, we spend some of it, and we give some of it away. And I think it can be really helpful for kids to see it visually that you mostly save, you spend some, and then you give some, usually in that order. Although that can change throughout the year depending on holiday seasons or other things like that. So this is important because the research today shows that college-age kids are doing pretty poorly with financial literacy. They don't have as much of a sense about how much to save and how much to spend, and so things are pretty off with them. We also live, obviously, in a country that's filled with high levels of debt, and so we can do our kids a favor by modeling good behavior for them with our money, but also instilling some good values. So we had a really fun time talking about that this morning. I didn't mention it in the interview, but one of the books that I really love is called The Opposite of Spoiled, and it's by Ron Lieber. And I read it a couple of years ago and then referred back to it real quick again last night because in it there is a section on allowance. And in this book, it's a really easy to read book, which I highly suggest. I really like it. It kind of just talks about allowance: when, how much, where, and how. And Ron Lieber, who's a financial expert, gives some guidance on that. So he talks about by first grade at the latest is a good time to start. And the how much part, he has a pretty good rule of thumb, I think, that can be anywhere from 50 cents to $1, starting at their ages and moving up. So that might work for you. One of the things that I feel personally, and having worked many, many years with kids, one of the things that I really feel is that kids, you have to know your own kid first and foremost. Some kids absolutely are incredibly motivated by earning money, earning stickers. You'll know that when they're toddlers, because you might have two kids and one of them might have loved all the stickers for the potty training and gotten M&Ms or whatever they got, and they really thrived off of that. And then you have a second kid and you're like, wait a second, this isn't working at all. And so that's the same thing that's probably going to apply in giving out allowance and money for chores. Are you going to do it conditionally? So you give them a list of things, even starting in first grade. It could be clear your plate, make your bed and pick up your toys, let's say. And so are you going to track that and then give them 50 cents or $1 at the end of the week when all of those things have been done? If your kid responds well to that, great, keep doing it. And you might have another kid who you're just saying, they don't seem to care. And sometimes people do unconditional allowances where they just give their kid, they just pretty much give their kid money and they put it into an account, and it's not really based upon completing chores. Sometimes people do that when they have older kids, when kids are going to movies or they're going to the mall, they're going out with friends and they need money. Sometimes, again, tweens or teens, they might feel more inclined to just say, they help out here and there around the house, and I just give them money when they need to go somewhere or I want to treat them somewhere. I just do that. There's no right or wrong, I don't feel, but I do like to look to the research, and I like to look at just all my years of working with kids and even my own kids and just see what is helpful. And I will say that kids having a sense that money is earned is really, really important, and them having a sense that if they want to go to the movies on a weekend or they want to go spend some money at the mall, that you really can go back to your piece of, okay, what did you do to earn money and how much did you save, spend, and give out of that money? So again, there is some really easy reads that can help guide you. There are apps now that track chores, that track allowances. So there's lots of ways to use modern technology to help out. And I would just say, once again, just know what makes your kid thrive and motivated and use that. And it might be different for each kid. And I think that that's okay. Thanks so much.